Yeah, that's right. We're back, and this ain't my first mortgage podcast. Welcome to the show, where we discuss all things mortgage sales, industry news, interviews of the top mortgage professionals, and more. Strap on in, enjoy the ride, and welcome to Ain't My First Mortgage Podcast. David Upbin, welcome to Ain't My First Mortgage Podcast, man. How are we doing today?
I'm doing awesome. Good to see you, dude. I think it was a few months ago we were together at the Atlanta MBA.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah.
Time flies.
Yeah, thanks for having me down there. It's a good
Absolutely. Absolutely. And welcome to the show. Now, for those of you listening that may not know David, I'm going to go ahead and let him introduce himself, tell all the accolades and accomplishments. No, I'm kidding. Just take a second to introduce yourself for me.
Yeah, a lot of bronze and silver medals, I think.
That's right.
Oh, yeah. So David Upbin, Vice President of Education and Strategy at the Mortgage Bankers Association. Been with the MBA for about 13 years. Been responsible for MBA education for about half of that time. And really what I do is making sure that you and your companies are successful in your jobs, whatever corner that is of the mortgage banking industry. I know this is probably a 99% single family audience, but whether that's single family or commercial multifamily, me and my team want to support you in your professional development efforts. So we've got a team of, on a good day, 19 individuals. I think we're still hiring for a couple open roles, but 19 professionals that are dedicated to the success of you and your organization.
Yeah. So all good stuff. You hit something that's just instantly sparked something in my head. So it's like, this is going to sound like there's a squirrel, but it's not. I promise. There's actually a method. So yeah, the majority of my audience is 1 to 4 family, right? But you hit on something really important. And I don't think, maybe it's just because in my world, it just doesn't get talked about enough, but the commercial side of it. All right. There are so many people out there that could take advantage of that piece of the MBA education. I mean, even a lot of my clients are financial institutions, right? They got commercial bankers left and right. And I think, and please correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like that's an underutilized part of the MBA education.
I think it is. I don't know if it's underutilized in the sense that I think the commercial multifamily individuals know what we have, but if you're a single family, predominantly focused institution, you still need to understand the basic tenets of commercial and particularly multifamily lending. And multifamily is just a subset of when we say commercial, which is really, any income producing property that could be an apartment building, a hospital, office, retail, data center, kind of you name it, that any mortgage can cover that. But yes, that I think if you're a loan officer, if you're in a C-suite level at a community bank, understanding the commercial lending landscape, what's evolving, what's changing is critically important. And we have those professional development opportunities. And then at the MBA, we have a whole policy team that's focused on commercial multifamily lending and the success of that side. Our lobbyists at the MBA are expected to be well-versed in both single family and commercial multifamily. I just got back from the CREF convention, which is I think been in San Diego for the past about 20 years, bring together over 2,000 industry professionals. So it's a big portion of the industry. It's a complex portion of the industry. Not to say that single family is
a different ballgame, though.
Ones and twos, but yeah, it's a totally different ballgame. And yes, they're both mortgages, but oh boy, are they different. So if there's anyone listening to this podcast that's interested in expanding their knowledge and becoming more well-rounded, we're here to help. And look, those are for people just thinking about the MBA in general. And maybe this is the same thing with the MBA of Georgia. If you're looking to move up in the ranks and be on the residential board of governors or eventually the board of the MBA, you're expected to know both. You don't need to be a savant in both, but you're expected to at least
have a good working knowledge.
So so we're here to help. And look, I would say MBA education, it's probably about 60-40, 70-30 in terms of the number of people we train residential to commercial multifamily, but it's a big portion of it.
Yeah, for sure. All right, awesome. So speaking of the education programs and stuff, give me a kind of the update. Obviously School of Mortgage Banking's been around, but it's always evolving, always changing. We've got the School of Loan Origination now. Talk to me about some of the latest news as far as the different programs y'all offer.
Yeah, I mean, look, School of Mortgage Banking, School of Loan Origination, the CMB, Future Leaders, those are our tried and true programs. The Future Leaders class is going to kick off in person, tied to the National Advocacy Conference in April. even in a challenging market for a lot of our member companies, we oversold out this class and actually had to turn several people away. This is, I love what the states are doing with their future leaders programs. Louisiana MBA with Ashley Logan and Tony Turner, Tennessee MBA with Carly Bond and Kim Miller and Tiffany. There's a whole bunch of great programs out there. The MBA program really is different. And those are the program is meant for those who want to see at the table at the national level and who want to understand how to advocate at the national level, lead at the national level, and be a voice of the industry at the national level. So I highly encourage anyone listening to this podcast to check out the MBA Future Leaders Program. I know we have a couple individuals from your state that are attending the class coming up. So Future Leaders, awesome. School of Mortgage Banking, for those who don't know it, that is how you become a true, well-rounded mortgage professional, and really emphasis on professional. Whether you're a loan officer, you're a servicer, compliance professional, marketer, you need to at least, I think, attend School of Mortgage Banking 1. That shows that you understand all corners of the industry and how the loan life cycle works. Whether you move on to School 2, which is profitability and risk management, School 3, which is how the C-suite, really thinks about complex decisions and strategic decision making, that's kind of up to you, but highly encourage members to check out School of Mortgage Banking. In terms of what's new, I definitely want to highlight the Mortgage Banking Bound program. I know that was something that Ashley Logan talked about a couple podcasts ago. Ashley is awesome at Eustis Mortgage down in Louisiana. This is not cracking the atom here. This was an idea that probably we should have done 20, 30, 60 years ago. Mortgage has been woefully underrepresented at the undergraduate and graduate level. There are schools, and they're more and more each and every day, the schools that have real estate clubs, schools of real estate studies. Mortgage is just a blip in their curriculum. And what I am trying to do, what MBA is trying to do, is take the power of our curriculum and put it into the hands of colleges and universities. So students are aware of the industry, they're aware of the job opportunities in the industry, and they start getting a sense of what it takes to succeed. And if we can start building that pipeline of informed and educated talent, I think we can really save our members money when it comes to the onboarding and training process, and have them really understand, who is out there in a vetted pipeline of talent.
Yeah. And so for those of y'all out there that don't know the specific program that he's referring to, it's essentially, would you describe it as a cohort?
So really what I'm trying to do is bend, don't break. I'm trying to be as flexible as possible to the unique needs of the schools and university. Right. What we have done at Barry University, which is in South Florida, Middle Tennessee State University, which is in Murfreesboro, just about an hour south of Nashville. And I announced at the IMB conference that we're going to be launching at the University of Oklahoma in the summer of 2026, is an executive certificate program in residential real estate finance. So it is not undergrad, it's not grad. It's open to undergrads, it's open to graduates, it's open for people who are already in the workforce that are maybe career unhappy. It is essentially 75 to 100 hours of single-family real estate finance training. The content based and derived from School of Mortgage Banking 1, School of Mortgage Banking 2, School of Loan Origination. It kind of pulls all those pieces together, and it is taught by industry professionals. It is taught by practitioners, and they're given space. So when we start covering servicing, we have Judith Tribble from Lakeview Servicing come in and teach it, or Dana Abernathy in the Tennessee area. We want students to meet those that are doing the work each and every day, make those industry connections, and learn what it takes to succeed in the role. What's incredibly exciting, and this is what Ashley Logan talked about a few weeks ago to you, Skip, is that we also have programs at Louisiana State University and Cleveland State University, where they're fully accredited undergraduate courses on mortgage origination and processing. And this is our content. There's an adjunct professor in the classroom, but there's also industry practitioners like Ashley, like Tony Turner at Gulf Coast Bank, professionals from Rocket Mortgage, Union Mortgage up in the Cleveland area that teach their respective sessions and help the students understand the benefits of this industry. I really think we're moving the needle. We've exposed well over 500 students to careers in mortgage banking, and already, I believe it's about 12 to 15 students have been hired by member companies in a variety of roles. So hopefully we're starting to make a difference, and always happy to chat more about this program.
Well, I mean, in an industry that's aging and has not, I mean, listen, you and I are spring chickens by
We
mortgage
do.
standards. All right. So in an industry that's aging, we all know that, but it's also, we haven't done a great, I mean, I've been in the mortgage for about 22 years now. We have not done a great job trying to get new blood into it.
Yep.
It seems to be that the new folks that we get in are always in the boom times and the ones that survive the market correction that stick around. And that's not a plan, right? That's just leaving it up to chance. And so I think taking the concerted effort like we're doing here, these are great initiatives. I love these. And, I'm a UGA guy, and UGA's got a great school of
Really?
business, fantastic real
Yep.
estate program there, but it doesn't touch much on mortgage. It's very limited unless something's changed drastically in the last several years.
I
Uh,
would care to guess probably not.
yeah.
And you might cringe that I'm having a couple conversations with Auburn University too. So we're starting to circle the SEC or
Yeah.
around Georgia, but I'm all ears if Georgia wants to chat.
There we go. There we go. So, yeah, but this is important. So, guys, if you're out there listening and you're in one of these markets, encourage it. Help see what you can do to try and support these different programs. I mean, that's going to be the future of our business, right? And so, yeah, David, I love that you brought that up, man. So, talk to me a little bit about. I'm gonna shift gears here to the CMB.
Yeah.
So, obviously, I'm a CMB. I'm a big believer in it. And I want you to take a second, and anyone who's listening out here who says one of two things. One is I'm kind of considering going for my CMB, but don't know that it's worth it, worth the time, the money, the effort, because it is a great deal of those things. And two, someone who says, what's the point? It's not going to equate to more dollars for me. And those are two of the conversations I have as an advocate for the CMB program all the time. But this is a good chance for someone to hear someone else say why,
Yeah.
those things are maybe not, well, that's not the case, or why they should go ahead and do it. Take a second and hit up on those two topics for me.
Well, look, I know that the CMB represents the best of the best in the industry.
Yeah.
I also know that there are really excellent people who don't have their CMB, and it may
100%.
not be for everyone. But to me, it is a stamp of being a serious mortgage professional. It's a stamp that you take an interest in the future of the industry, that you understand the importance of knowing the full loan life cycle. You understand MBA's advocacy and policy efforts. So not only are you able to take what you do each and every day, but apply it to the big picture and apply it to the decisions that are being made at the state and local level, at the federal level, that you're able to kind of step outside of yourself and step outside of your day-to-day. That's what the CMB means to me. In terms of rigor, of course, it's rigorous. Of course, it's difficult, but I also think it's very fair. And I think what Amber Lawrence, who was in the role for a long time, many of you know Amber, what Teresa Furman has continued to build on the MBA education team, we're going to set you up for success. We're going to set you up with sponsors, with mentors. The prep course is incredibly comprehensive and valuable. Yes, people fail the written, people fail the oral. This is not like a CFA, though, where you see, pass rates of 35%, 60%. It's not that, and nor do we want it to be. We want it to be fair, and we want people, to succeed and feel great about it. Look, in terms of the cost, yes, I get the times are tight, that it is an investment. It is an investment that you can spread over time. For people who know me, one who gets to yes, if cost is the issue, don't let it be the issue.
Yep.
Come to me through Skip. We'll help you get across the finish line. MBA has a path to opportunity scholarship. There are ways to make this work. And then, look, I think the ROI is what you do with it beyond that. The network that you build, the people that you create relationships with, the resources that you have. I see the CMBs that walk around the halls of the conferences, and I know that they've got a lifelong bond together, and they can reach out to anyone at any time and say, hey, I need help in this area. Can you help me explain this situation, this circumstance? So it is building that network, true, serious mortgage elites. Even in downtimes, we're still seeing about 80, 90 people apply or enroll in the CMB each year. I fully expect to graduate 50 to 60 at annual convention in Chicago. So we're really running on all cylinders. And, I encourage anyone who wants to kind of really stand apart and separate themselves to check out the CMB. I don't think I have ever heard of anyone who regretted it.
No,
And
I can tell you that. Yeah, I've never been like, oh yeah, that wasn't worth it. No, I've never heard that.
Yep.
So
So no, the CMB will always be, the barometer for really those who understand it all and put it all together. And yeah, I think it goes to show too that the number of CMBs who are working at the MBA is steadily increasing. And we
I
actually,
noticed that.
yep, I'm not going to name names, but we
Yep.
actually have 2 current employees who are in the January, February prep course. So I expect to see 2 more walk across the stage at annual. So kudos to them, and kudos for all of you who are currently going through it or recently graduated.
Yeah. I mean, guys, it truly is something that you should consider if you're serious about making this your career from start to finish. Let's talk about it, right?
Yep.
All right. As we wrap up here, David. Now you're a George Washington University guy, right?
I am. We used to be the Colonials, and now we're the Revolutionaries.
The Revolutionaries.
Yeah,
Okay.
no one asked my opinion on that one, but so it goes.
So I'm gonna give you a chance here. I'm gonna ask you a couple of trivia questions. All right. So, but no, I'm not gonna. So I'm gonna give you a chance now.
Being the first president.
Was that? Yeah, his first president. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So sports wise, who's your team?
College basketball, it is still GW.
Okay.
Football, it is the New York Giants. I was born in New York City, and I have lived in the DC area for the past, 20-ish years, including GW. So I'm a Washington Nationals and a Washington Capitals fan. And then, not to be cliched, but I'm also just a fan of Team USA. I'm super pumped for the World Cup coming up.
Oh, yeah.
I love the Olympics. So
yeah, I'm always a big Olympics guy. I always love it.
And Michaela Schifrin got her gold this morning.
I saw that first time since 04.
She had a little bit of a drought, but I think she is the most decorated.
But that difference in time between, that's incredible.
Yeah, no, it's wild. No, you give me the stars and bars and I'm in.
All right. So, okay, let's do some New York Giants trivia for you. Okay. All right. How many Super Bowls have the Giants won?
Well, what's most important is that they've beaten the Patriots twice. So that counts as at least 5 if we're doing our math right. They've beaten the Patriots twice. They've beaten the Broncos once. They've beaten the Bills once. So I'm going to say they won 4, lost 2.
4 is correct.
Yes, sir.
4 is correct. All right.
My dad was also a Giants fan.
Very nice. So yeah, so it's in your blood.
Institutional knowledge.
All right. Which Giants running back was known as Thunder in the Thunder and Lightning duo?
So Tiki Barber was the Lightning, and I think a University of Wisconsin graduate, Ron Dane, was the Thunder.
Oh, no, so close.
Oh, who was it?
Brandon Jacobs.
Brandon Jacobs.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, especially Ron Dane. That was so he was one of the. I hate to say it. He's kind of a bust.
Yeah, that's a bust.
So
Brandon Jacobs. Darn it.
Here are the toughies. Okay, I'll give you one of these. All right. Goodness gracious. All right. Which Giants quarterback started before Eli Manning and led them to Super Bowl 35?
Kerry Collins.
That is correct.
There we go. And
man, you are hitting it up.
And that was Super Bowl. They got smoked by the Ravens. Yeah,
that's rough. But hey, you know what? Of the times I've done trivia, this is probably the most correct answers that someone's gotten. So
there we go.
I like it. We are hitting it up. So, David, if anybody wants to get in touch with you, where should they go? What should they do?
Yeah, absolutely. Please find me on LinkedIn. I've really tried to kind of lean into my LinkedIn profile over the past year and, really communicate who I am and what MBA education is all about. So it is David Upbin. If you want to reach me via email, dupbin@mba.org. I love chatting about MBA education. I love helping members out. As I said before, I want to get to yes. So if it's location, if it's cost, if it's timing, if you don't think we have it, please hit me up. And I love discussing it. So I want to help you succeed. I want to help this industry grow. And I also just want to chat. So feel free to reach out anytime.
Awesome, man. Listen, thank you so much for coming on the show, talking a little bit about MBA education, and I'm sure I'll see you at some conference soon. Right?
I love it. Yeah, you're a great dude, Skip, and you're a great supporter of the industry and MBA, so I appreciate all that you do.
Absolutely. All right, we'll talk to you soon.